I am so freaking excited to show you two looks using the Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin collaboration, which thankfully will be back in stock today at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. Welcome to today's video. If this is your first time here, hi, my name's Heather Eaglin. I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. If you love those things too, I do hope you will subscribe and turn on your notifications so you can be notified of all my future uploads. As I already mentioned, today I'm going to be doing two looks with the Adept Cosmetics and Heather Austin collaboration. I'm so excited. This palette came out last year and I haven't gotten to do anything with it on my channel. I wanted to show you guys some really nice swatches and just show you how great the multi-chromes are in this palette. As I already mentioned, this releases on Friday, which is today at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The palette retails for $56 and you can use code Heather to save. That is Heather Austin's affiliate code, which I will have all this information in the description box along with a link to her channel. Here I'm starting with the shade Mythology, which is like a grungy, swampy green. It is so beautiful. It packs very nicely. As you can see, I got it pretty dark here. But depending on which kind of brush you use, if you use a fluffier brush, you can get a very lighter shade. And that's something that I really love about the mattes in this palette. They're really great for light looks, but if you're someone like me who also likes a lot of depth and pigmentation in your eyeshadows, they do that as well because they pack on and deepen up very well. Now I'm going in with the shade Atlas. It's a very beautiful neutral shade, and the same goes with this one. I packed it on with a flat like shader pack or packing brush, and now I'm using the other end of that brush that has the more fluffy side, and I'm just blending it out with that. It gives like the perfect gradient, and you could just keep blending it out, and then when you get the blend you're looking for, just pack it on a little more to get the level of depth that makes you happy. Now this right here would have been, I could have stopped right here and then taken one of the shimmers and put them on my lid and had a more quick, like, not one and done, because it's a little more than that. But you don't have to take this look as far as I take it. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know I do the most. I can't help it. That's just what makes me happy. But that does not mean that's what you have to do. That's just what I go for. Makeup's kind of like art. It's very personal. So you just go by what you like and your interest. But I just wanted to let you guys know you definitely could stop this look here because the Mythology and the Atlas shades are a beautiful look. But for me, I'm going to add this PaO2, which is like a deep purple burgundy shade, like a deep wine, if that makes sense. It's so beautiful and goes so well with the other mattes. This palette has 4 mattes and 8 shimmers. It's a very shimmer heavy palette, and a lot of the shades in this are multi-chromes, and I freaking love multi-chromes. But typically I like equal mattes to equal shimmers. But when it comes to Adept Cosmetics, I'll always make the exception because they have some of the best shimmer formulas in my collection. And plus, I love watching Heather Austin, and I'm glad I purchased this because it does help support her channel. And if anyone knows how expensive it could be to keep up with all the new makeup releases, it's me. Now I'm just going back in with that flat shader brush, and I'm using the same shade, and I'm just trying to deepen up this outer corner some and get a little bit more dimension in this look. And what you don't see here is I go back in with the fluffy brush and blend that out. Now I'm going in with my NYX glitter glue. I really love this one, but in all honesty, I can't compare it or say it's the best because I haven't really tried any other ones. If you have any recommendations, please leave them below in the comments because I would love to try some other ones. But I will say this one is only like $4 or $5, and it definitely does the job. You need to use a setting spray or a glitter glue with these shimmers because you will get a lot of fallout. Now I'm going in with the shade Smith. This is one of the most beautiful multi-chromes I've ever seen. It's like the Mythology shade, which was that grungy, swampy green, and then Magnolia, which is a darker emerald green, and it looks like there's like a peach shift to it. It's absolutely stunning, and I put that on my outer corner, and now I'm going in with the shade Austin. This shade is freaking gorgeous. It has a higher opacity than a topper shade, but it has the brightness of a topper shade, if that makes sense. And it kind of goes from a teal to green to pink, and it's just so beautiful. My lighting does not do it justice. At the end of both looks, you will see an up close of this eye look, and be sure to let me know down below which one is your favorite. Now I'm going back in with that PA02 shade on a pencil brush, and I'm just kind of going over my outer corner. I accidentally put my shimmers out too far, so I'm just trying to blend that in better. But I almost always go back in with my mattes after I put my shimmers on. I just really like blending the darker shades into the shimmers to kind of smoke it out. Now I'm going in with the shade Magnolia, which is that beautiful deep green, and I'm putting that on a smudging brush and just running that on my lower lash line. And a little trick that I do right here, I'm mixing that Magnolia shade on top of the PA02, and this palette doesn't have a black in it, so by mixing those shades I almost get a black, and it just really gives the depth that I like in the outer lash line, and it kind of works as a black, which I think is kind of cool. And I always try to do that when a palette doesn't have a shade dark enough for me. I'll just mix them up, and it always works out. Or if you're not filming YouTube videos, you could always just grab another palette and use a deeper shade in that. But I just thought I'd throw it out there. Now I'm just using the shade Mythology, and I'm blending out that Magnolia green shade, and I think it's so pretty. I love the smokiness of the look. Here is the finished look without lashes, and let's get into look number 2. Now I'm going back in with the PA02 shade, and I'm going to put that along my whole crease. This is a Sigma brush. It's like dual ended. It comes in their eyeshadow palettes, and I'm just using the packing side to pack on the color so I can get the amount of depth that I'm looking for. And now I'm going to flip this brush around, and this is like a medium size like blending brush, and I'm just going to blend out that shade, and I'll go back and forth and I'll blend it out and then pack more on. Now I'm using the same shade, and I'm going in with the Sigma E45 Max. It's a large blending brush. I just really want to smoke that color up and out, and I'm just trying to smoke it out up higher into the crease. I just want it blown out a little bit more, if that makes sense. And now I've grabbed a pencil brush. This one's the ColourPop E28, and I'm going back in with that same color again, and I'm just pressing this into my outer corner and my inner corner because I'm creating a halo eye. I haven't done one of those in a long time, and I have to try to remind myself to do different types of looks because I have a bad habit of sticking to the same thing. And I'm just pressing more of that in, just trying to get the depth that I want. Now I'm going back in with the Sigma brush. The name of this is a E54 medium sweeper. You can buy these as singles, like each side individually. And now I'm going in with the E38 diffuse crease brush by Sigma. I'll try to remember to link all of these brushes down below. Now I'm going to blow out that P802 shade with the shade Atlas. It's that neutral brown, and it blends this purple very beautifully. The brush that I'm using is a BH Cosmetics brush set, and I've seen this brush set at TJ Maxx in my town for months now, so I highly suggest you go check that out because the brushes that come in this set are really awesome, and I love all of them. Now I'm going in with the shade Magnolia with that ColourPop E28 pencil brush and just deepening up this eye look a little bit more. You'll see it kind of come together in the end. Right now it looks kind of crazy, but we'll get there, trust me. And now I'm just using the Atlas shade and reblending with the E45 Max by Sigma. Now I'm going back in with my NYX glitter glue, and I'm just using this flat shader brush. This is also from that BH Cosmetics set, and I'm just placing that in the inner part of my eyelid, and I'm going in with the shade 0603. It's one of the darker shimmers in the palette. It's very beautiful. I think it's just a metallic, and it has very pretty sparkly reflex in it. And I'm just placing that on the outer edges of the open part of my eyelid. And now I'm using the shade Hey Y'all. And if you know Heather Austin and you watch her content, that shade name makes perfect sense. And I'm just using the shade Passport, which is one of my favorite shades in this palette. It's a multi-chrome that's like magenta to teal, and there's a little bit of green in it. The sparkles are green, and I'm placing that in the center, and then using this flat brush, and I'm just putting the shade Austin in the very center of this to give this eyeshadow look the halo effect that I'm looking for. Now we're going in with PaO2, and I'm using another one of those really short shading brushes, and I'm just smudging this shade on my lower lash line. I really want the lower lash line to be very dark and sultry, and I'm really happy with it because I think in the end I really got what I was going for, and it's been such a long time since I've done a halo eye. I really love these dark dramatic looks too. I know they're not for everyone, but if you've never tried them, you totally should because they are so fun. And now I'm going in with another shader brush. This one's a little longer, and I'm using a little more of that color, and I'm just trying to smoke it out a little more. Usually I keep my color on my lower lash line a little closer to the lash line, but here I really wanted it blown out, which is why I'm using the shade Atlas to get a really nice blend on the edges. Now I've just switched to the Sigma E27, and I'm just using that with a little bit of the Atlas shade to smoke it out even more. These brushes, the Sigma ones, are in the Alice in Wonderland collection set, and they're very nice. I really enjoy them. Now I'm going back in with more of the deeper shade to try to, again, deepen out the outer corner. I know I'm going way too far, but I can't help it. This is the GLAMLITE Frosted Flakes highlighter. This highlighter is awesome. I needed something to brighten up my inner corner that wouldn't really take over the look, but especially with that halo eye where I have that dark color in my inner corner, I didn't want it to look bruised, so that's why I added a little bit of highlight in there. Overall, I have to say, I've really loved this palette. I've created tons of looks with it since I bought it. It is definitely worth the price tag, and I think it's cool to support people that you love to watch and help them keep their channel going. Here's up close of the first and the second look. Let me know down below which one's your favorite. I think I like the halo eye the most, but I really loved the first one as well. Again, this palette will be restocking today at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and it retails for $56, and it's totally worth it. All the products that I'm holding up here, I will have linked in the description box. My links are not affiliate links. I have a couple that are, but they are marked as affiliate links. Thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I hope you will subscribe, and like I said earlier, click the little bell to turn on your notifications so you could be notified of all my future uploads. There are so many freaking good releases right now, and I have so much coming in. Thank you guys again, and until next time, bye.